Hey there, hey friends, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice. Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome back to another Water Soluble Wednesday video. In today's video, we are sticking with the theme of the month and tackling a World Watercolor Month prompt. Now, this is one that I painted a couple days ago, and this was surrounding the prompt Pickle. I decided that the illustration that I was doing, since it was the first time I was attempting something like this, I would go ahead and record this one so that I can share it with you all. And it was actually a lot of fun to do. Like, painting food is so fun to me. Maybe because I like to eat. I don't know what the deal is, but I love to illustrate food, especially if it's something that I'm tackling for the first time. And the prompt Pickle gave me the opportunity to paint something that I wouldn't normally try to paint. So I am painting on Etcher. This is Etcher 100% cotton paper. This is inside one of their mini sketchbooks. I think this one is like 4x6. Really great paper. I painted in a bigger journal like this last year for World Watercolor Month, and once I realized that I had a second journal in the studio that I hadn't used, I snatched it on up to start using it for a lot of illustrations during this month. I am painting with Famuhi 12 half pan watercolor set. Now, this is branded under Famuhi, but it is my wholehearted belief that it is a superior watercolor or superior art company white label, and I actually have several different superior palettes branded under different budget and affordable brands. So I just grabbed it because I know it's a great workhorse, and I really actually like using superior paints. So whenever I find a brand that is white labeling from Superior, or that I think is white labeling from Superior, let me be more specific, I tend to grab it up because I like using their paints. Using a little water brush here, but I'm going to tell you guys something. That water brush does not have water in it. I actually have a bucket of water over to the side. I don't know. Go figure. So, found the illustration on, was it Google? I think I actually may have typed in Pickles in a Jar coloring page, if I'm not mistaken, and then changed it over to royalty free so that I could find something. And then I just sketched from there and used my imagination to fill everything else in. So let me tell you what colors went where. In the background, I used blue, and it was a mixture of the two blues that's in this set. I know one is ultramarine. I think the other one might be cobalt, maybe cerulean. Can't remember exactly what they call. No, the other one is actually phthalo blue. Ultramarine and phthalo blue are the two that's in this set. Going in on the Pickles, it was a mixture of different things. So the original layer was a really watery layer of the sap green that comes in this set. Then I took that sap green, mixed it with ultramarine blue to get a shadow color, and that's what I put down the shadow side of each of the Pickles. And then eventually I went back in once that was dry and did a glaze layer of the original sap green just to spruce and punch up the color, give it a little bit more vibrancy and brightness. Moving on to the lid, which is gold, because the reference photo had like a coloring page and then like a reference page of suggested colors. So I used yellow ochre to emulate gold. I put just a touch of burnt sienna in it. And then for the shadow of that yellow ochre, I mixed an equal part of yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Not normally how I would shadow yellow ochre, but it worked well in this particular aspect. And it did give the top some roundness, so I was perfectly okay with that. The label on the front was pretty straightforward. This is one of those sort of illustrative type illustrations. It's not necessarily completely realistic. There's going to be some realistic-ish elements to it. You'll definitely be able to tell that these are Pickles, but I feel like it will have sort of an illustrative style to it, which I'm okay with. I really am. I like painting in all different types of styles and methods, so that was perfectly okay with me. Now, that plate for the word Pickles that's running across the front of the jar is just a watered down version of the neutral I normally mix. So it's a mixture of burnt sienna and ultramarine blue that I just watered down quite a bit in order to get a gray that I can put on that front label. And most of everything was painted wet into wet. I forgot to say that. The background was, I wetted first, then I dropped in the color. The pickles, I wet those first before I went in with the color on that. The plate on the front of the jar, I wet that first before I added down the gray tone to color that. And at this point, I'm just going in and starting to add in darks all over the place. Now, I've already told you that that neutral is mixed from ultramarine blue and burnt sienna in this set. And now I'm going in and kind of tracing the outside of the jar to give the jar a little bit more substantiability. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. To give it a little bit more presence on the page, make it look a little bit more hold. Just going around those areas where you would typically see the shadow in glass, where the light folds into the glass from where the jar would double up on itself at certain points, specifically under the lid, maybe down the side of the jar because of the way the light reflects into it. So I was just trying to make sure that I captured all of that. And then when it came to the lid, I went in for more definition using the same darker mixture of burnt sienna, ultramarine. Well, actually, it was burnt sienna and yellow ochre, and this time I added a touch of ultramarine to it just to make sure that it was the value was deep enough and saturated enough in order to stand out against that original yellow ochre layer. Worked out okay, I think. Worked out okay. So here you'll see I grabbed a pen. This is the, La France Lafay pen. I got this pen from Christy. This came in from a art box that I ordered off of Palm Street app one day when I was on one of Christy Rice's lives. And this pen came in that set, and I've been using that pen ever since. You can see I use it to outline the words Pickles, the word Pickles on the jar. Not that I really needed that word there for you to know. And I'm going to eventually fill that in. At this point, what I'm doing is watering down all of the colors that I have in the composition and kind of placing it around the clear area of the jar, because you would have all of those colors reflecting in that glass, the blue of the black background, the green from the pickles, some of the gray from the plate on the front of the jar. All of those colors would be reflecting into the glass, so I wanted to capture that. Here I am going in and putting on the sort of raised bump dark spots that you would see on a pickle. And this is actually going to push it to look a little bit more like a pickle versus, or maybe a pickle that's whole and hasn't been cut versus one that was cut in half. Because at first I kept thinking to myself, with the way I had the light and the shadows on the pickle, it kind of looked like maybe the pickle was cut in half, or maybe they were in quarters in the jar. But adding this step where I'm putting on those like raised, darker, textured bumps that would be on a cucumber before it's pickled, I think it added that extra element to really push the eye and the brain into seeing that, oh, yeah, those are pickles. So those little spots are painted with a mixture of the sap green and ultramarine blue until it was dark enough. And then I went in and tapped in little tiny spots of yellow ochre and just a regular sap green as well until I was satisfied with the image that it was giving me, until I felt like, okay, yeah, these look like pickles. Afterwards, I grabbed that pen again. I'm filling in the word pickle on the front of the jar, and then I'm actually going to take that pen and draw shadows up under each one of those little raised bumps that I just put on with that darker green mixture. And it actually added a 3D element to those bumps to make them look like they kind of come up off of the cucumber / pickle. I just think it added a little bit more realism to it, gave it a little bit more depth, pushed it a little bit more towards looking like real pickles. And at this point, I'm going to jump in and I am going to do highlights. So we're wrapping up. We're coming around the corner here, getting ready to cross the finish line. And I'm just putting on major highlights anywhere that I saw it in the little reference photo, and anywhere that I feel that they would be on the jar based on the direction my light is coming from, which I had coming from the top left. So yeah, I used some white gel pens in order to do those softer secondary highlights. and to kind of map out where I was going to put the major highlights. And then for the major highlights, I'm going to switch over to a brush and some bleed proof, friends. And that is going to give you this entire illustration. This was, as I said earlier, this was a lot of fun. I like to paint food. I like to try to paint food that I've never tried before, and this was the very first time painting pickles. And I have to say, I'm not too disappointed. I'm okay with the way it came out. I think you can definitely look at the illustration and tell what it's supposed to be. And with that, if nothing else, I'm happy. So friends, hopefully you picked up on something in this video, something I said, something you saw me doing. I lended some type of tip or trick to you that you can use in your painting journey. And if that happened for just one person, I feel like I really did a good job. But yeah, if you found anything, saw, heard that you like, don't forget to sprinkle a little love, give the video a thumbs up. You can jump in the comment section, ask any questions. I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. If you're new or returning and you haven't hit that subscription button, go ahead, hit that subscription button, notification bell, so you'll know when we go live and when we upload. And lastly, check the video description for all of the relevant links. There's going to be the Defiant Art website, the most recommended product list, the artist wish list, all of the social sites, Patreon, and Palm Street. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and remember, as I tell you at the end of every single video, just keep creating.